Welcome inside the 2024 North Carolina Private School All-Star Game. And it's here and it's shaping up to be a big one this afternoon from the Queen City. Some of the best women from around the state come together for a best-on-best game. Good afternoon, everyone. Alongside partner Regional Walker Jr., I'm Ford Martin. Welcome to today's coverage of Inside Providence Day Gym right here on Bahakel Sports. Rich, this is an outstanding opportunity for these kids to really get an opportunity to shine and pretty much, looking down the roster here, majority of these kids really have not committed to a school later this year. Just talk about how outstanding of an opportunity this is.
Yeah, it really is. It's a chance to showcase yourself one more time against other really, really good players, great players from across the state. Sometimes, during the course of the season, you run into some teams, you run into some situations where the talent gap is so wide. As you see Tamaya Judd there from the East O'Neill School, a recent state champion. So how about that for her? She gets an opportunity to showcase herself. You never know who's watching. Maybe all of a sudden a different scholarship offer comes in tomorrow after a coach see you play in this game.
All right, let's take a moment right here and take in the sights and sounds of the starting lineups from both sides before we get this one going. So as we're announcing the East teams as we get set, all right, let's go and take some of the players to watch right here as we get going right here. And I think it all starts right here. We talked to her pregame, Deborah Ornick-Bena there. She's already committed to UNC Asheville, coming from Victory Christian, over from Nigeria coming over. We talked to her. She's pretty excited about being a part of an event like this.
Yeah, she really is. She's fired up to be heading to Asheville. Let's kind of spin it for a second. She's going to Asheville in June, so she's going right away, not going back, I guess, to Nigeria, going to go right over to Asheville. But this opportunity for her is something that she's really fired up about, an opportunity to play against some of the other really, really good players across the state. Iron sharpens iron, as they say, and she thinks this is a great opportunity for her to do just that.
All right, as we talk with her right now, as they're about to announce the West team as they're about to get started up right here. So the West right now tonight, they will be in red, as you can see right there on that team. The East will be in white, and right there, Sophia McNabb from Reuben Gap coming on here, one of their big players coming over from over there. So it's going to be an outstanding matchup here for these sides on both sides. But, really just for a second, obviously, we talk about how big of an opportunity this is for both sides. But just if you can talk a little bit about really how difficult this is for some of these girls coming over. They haven't played with anybody. They haven't played together. How challenging is that for a younger player coming over and playing with some of these teammates that, they're not used to how certain styles, how they pass the ball and et cetera?
Yeah, a lot of it is going to be very simplistic, right? You might see some situations where they're late with some passes because they have to make sure that's exactly where that player is going to cut. Reading and reacting is a little bit different in an all-star game, but they'll adjust to it and figure it out.
All right, about to get set up right here and try to announce the full lineups on both sides. Usually this goes much quicker because they just announce when we call any other game, it's just the 5 starters. Well, tonight a great opportunity announcing everybody. And tonight it's going to be 4 10-minute quarters here for tonight. And really, when we see high school sports, it's usually 8.
Right.
They've extended it to now make it 10.
The extra 8 minutes, yeah.
Exactly, and especially like we talked about in pregame. You come all the way across the state, you want to come here and play a lot of your time here tonight.
Absolutely. It's about additional playing time and opportunity, and also, obviously, this is the environment they're going to play in at the college level anyway. 4 10-minute quarters on the women's side of college basketball. That is the reality now. So an opportunity for them to get to play into that format in their last potential, obviously, high school game that they're ever going to play. They get to play in that college format.
We're talking pregame, one of the creators of this entire event, and it really started 11 years ago where they say, you have the McDonald's All-American game, the East and the West side and everything, but there's really nothing that you have for the private schools. This is such a great opportunity to come in here. Started 11 years ago, and it started to develop every single season, and that's just an awesome opportunity as we're about to get set up here in just a moment.
Yeah. As one story goes, a kid played in this game with a couple of Division II, Division III offers, but not any opportunities in which they had decided upon. All of a sudden, they watched this game. 3 days later, there's 4 or 5 new scholarship offers that come in. So the opportunity is there for these young ladies to be seen and then grow and then get an opportunity to go other places.
It's my roll hall there. Ornick-Benna in red, and the stage is set, and we are underway from inside Providence Day Gym as they host the 2024 Private School All-Star Game. Later this afternoon, the boys from the west and east side will be right here on Bahakel Sports. And setting in, it's all going to start right here with make that Levine.
And Sophie is she's a student here at Providence Day, so an opportunity for her to be the de facto host here as she's playing in her home gym. So she's the one giving everybody on her team the lay of the land around here.
Bird now will spin out of that one. Nice drive to the basket, and she'll be fouled en route. And that'll be our first foul of the afternoon.
Bird's one of those players that her nature is to be aggressive at all times, and you saw an example right there. Aggressive, gets downhill, gets to the free throw line. That is a big part of her game.
Bird coming from Concord Academy, undecided on where she'll be spending her fall. And these are all seniors on both sides that are playing here for tonight.
Concord Academy, another one of those successful programs here across the state of North Carolina.
And the first bucket of the night will go to Bird. Janiah Bird, and a little misdirection there, all alone by herself, and just not enough on that one, and just goes through the hands of Angel Walker as she was sprinting to the bucket with 9:27 to go.
Brittany Drew of the East starting this game out with a little full court pressure. She says, you know what, this may be an all-star game. We're going to up the tempo. We're going to create havoc. We're going to see if we can get out in transition and get some easy ones.
Ornick-Benna back out in the corner. Cabello, and just inside, a scramble underneath, and a turnover. And right now the red team, just on the west, can't really get anything going offensively here to kind of settle down.
They've gotten a couple of quality looks, just been unable to hit. But, early in a game like this, especially offensively, it's a lot harder for teams to get on the same page because a lot of these players have not played together before.
Bucket from the corner, just off the front of the iron there, and trying to use that big body inside was Maya Rohal. There she is once again, Ornick-Benna there. Going to UNC Asheville. Long shot from Levine. That one's airball to the left. Ornick-Benna tried to keep it in bounds, but just got her foot right on the baseline, and a turnover, and the East will take over.
Yeah, games like this, right, you think about it and you realize they've had one practice essentially, maybe two, and then they got to try to figure everything out.
Long shot out deep, off the front of the rim. Rebound by Everett. Cabello now will take this one up. Cabello spin move inside, just not enough on it. Rebound again, and see Ornick-Benna try to get her hand inside there, but picked up there by Rohal. Back the other way, long shot for three. That one rattles out. Myers on the shot. Rebound and a little back and forth action now.
That was a nice leave there. Good decision made, just unable to get the shot to go.
Ornick-Benna now for three. And the West gets their first bucket.
They are going to love her in Asheville, her ability to step out and shoot, what you saw right there. But she will attack the glass as well and go to the glass, create some extra possessions with the offensive rebounds also.
Bird who tried to find Rohal inside, but just tipped en route. And the West, once again, Ornick-Benna trying to go back for back, and that one just not enough on that one. Offensive rebound, they'll spin out of it, and they'll reset. Cabello with spin move. She's done that a couple times, and they're going to get it for travel. She's been flirting with that the first couple possessions, and this time they'll catch her.
Well, the spin move was a good idea, and then all of a sudden there was another defender there, and that changed the entire dynamic and forced the turnover. We talked about it, right, whether or not and how much we would see solid defense in this game. I think we've seen a decent amount already.
Walker for three. Very
much unlike the NBA All-Star game in terms of the effort defensively.
There's a long pass, and that one's knocked out of the air. And nice play there by Ashley Brown.
Let's not get it twisted. That's an example right there of Ashley Brown showing the world this is not just we're just out here running up and down the court. I want to win as well.
Nice pick there by Ornick Benna now. She'll get it right back, but a travel is called there on Levine.
Yeah, I think she was expecting Ornick Benna to continue to attack, roll off of that. Instead, it was a pick-and-pop mindset, and that kind of threw Sophie Levine off there, and that's where the errant pass came in. Or the hesitation, I should say, that forced the turnover.
Brown inside a row call and just could not put it right on the glass where she needed. Back the other way on transitions. Cabello, she'll spin that one out and reset. Ornick Benna, who just made a three from that same exact spot. She'll throw a cross-court pass, but got hit from behind where she couldn't get enough on that one.
Probably should have went right there to the wing. She had an outlet right there. Instead, tried to make the more difficult pass. Caused the turnover.
Bird throws his one back out to Myers. And Myers tries to go up, and that one's rejected away there by Ornick Benna.
Ornick Benna, great kid. Had a chance to chat with her briefly before the game. She just, big smile on her face, just happy as can be. Excited for what her future could be at the college level.
Roll call will hand this one back out. Oh, nice pass inside. And lays that one in there. Nice play as Ashley Brown will finish it off.
Yeah, Angel Walker with the good vision, keeping her eyes up. Makes the right read, and that's an easy layup for Brown.
Turn back over the other way. Throws a long baseball pass down inside. Walker back over again. Pump fake. Throws it back up, and they're not going to say it was tipped. It's going to be a foul. They're going to call that one on Everett.
I like that by Brown, though. She caught it early, right? You see it right here? She understood, well, defender there, let me step through, and then she gets fouled on the second attempt.
So Ashley Brown will go to the line. Tied at 3 with 5:48 remaining. Should be 0 for 1 there on the start out.
And we've got hockey going on. We got complete line changes here, which we'll probably see a lot of in this game. It is an all-star game.
It is like a whole platoon system we have over again, almost like Kentucky basketball a long time ago, where take out all the entire starting lineup and bring a whole new lineup into the game.
Somebody's been watching John Calipari tapes.
5:51 here to go. Ashley Brown shot. We'll see if East.
And now
does the
she'll
same
come
thing.
out. Yep, they had one more over there. Brown was probably like, should I miss this one and stay in the game?
So the East will take the lead, 4-3 now. And pretty much get used to us saying a whole different group of players. There's a baseball pass out inside. Got a hand on it, not enough. Trying to go up into the rim. And Gongor there will draw the foul.
Yeah, she found a way to come up with it faster than everybody else. And then you see there a couple of players trying to keep her from getting that ball up on the glass. And she draws the foul. Courtney Taylor's going to pick up the foul. And she was motioning to the official, hey, that's a jump ball.
On the line, that one's just off. To try and tie the game here in the second one.
Gongora from United Faith Christian Academy, right here in Charlotte, actually. To that point, Darian Holloway, the coach for the men, or the boys, I should say, at United Faith Christian Academy, he'll be the head coach of one of the teams in the boys' game later on today. He's already in the building.
Courtney Taylor goes up, and that one draws a foul in a game that we didn't expect a lot of fouls to be called. We're starting off to a lot of fouls starting in this one.
Well, you got two teams that are actually attacking the basket, not settling for a bunch of jump shots. And when you get that, you're going to have people contesting at the rim.
So now Courtney Taylor at the line to extend the lead to 5-3.
Courtney Taylor, I should say, and then Sam Myers, number 10 for the East. They're both making their way to Coker College. So how about Taylor making her way down to Coker, and see her right here being difficult defensively out top. They're going to enjoy that down at Coker for sure.
And a jump ball is called as that scramble there in front as they just crossed half court. And it's going to belong to the white jerseys there as the East will take over. And Courtney Taylor will toss this one in.
Courtney Taylor already creating havoc with her defensive mindset.
Throws it back out. Nice play going inside before that one's thrown away. Courtney Taylor just off the glass that rims out of it. And Richardson now will take this one up on transition. Richardson didn't like what she sees. Tries to go inside. And going up to the basket there was Hume, the Charlotte Latin player. And this will make that McNabb. We'll go to the line. So second team foul there on the East. West still looking for their first field goal since that Ornick-Bena three-pointer there on the corner. But they get these two to fall through, and they tie this one up.
Yeah, they've been struggling really to shoot the basketball. Gotten some solid looks, just not able to knock it down. It's a little bit earlier than these players are used to playing basketball games also.
On three on the way. That one's not there. Rebound by Richardson. We'll take this one up, try to get a hand inside. Here comes McNabb, doesn't like what she sees, tries to get her way out of it. And what are we going to call?
Yeah, they're going to get Sanaya McIntyre on the reach-in down there. Between her and Riley Johnson, they had a nice trap. But you got to keep your hands out.
4:38 to go, tied at 5. You're watching the NCISAA Private School All-Star Game here in Charlotte, North Carolina. West versus East. We'll be right back. Welcome back inside Providence Day Gym. The East versus the West. 5-5 is your score right now here on Bahakel Sports, the North Carolina Private School All-Star Game. A couple coaches we have possibly here joining for the men's team here later on.
Yeah, Darian Holloway and Tony Knox Jr., two of the coaches that will be a part of this game on the boys' side of things coming up later on today. They will coach the West roster. They're part of the staff, obviously, at United Faith Christian Academy, a team that back-to-back state championship appearances at the 1A level this year and obviously last season as well.
And join us later today, but right now, taking it back the other way, Courtney Taylor. She'll drive and spin out of a nice stop, rolls and spins, but just not enough right here.
Stopped on a dime. How about that?
Richardson almost kind of had that one go through the hands there, and she's reaching, tries to throw that one up, was Gongora.
That was a tough shot there by Gongora. It was made difficult by the defense of Courtney Taylor. How about Courtney Taylor in this game? Oh, she's been
all over the place.
Active, as they say.
Now, if you are just joining us, compared to normal high school ball, it is 4 10-minute quarters. And hear about this one the other way on a turnover, taking it up and lays it in as Cadivius. So Cavadias will lay that one in off the turnover, and we'll give the East the lead by 2. 7-5, 3:51 to go.
Jumps in that passing lane, and then it's off to the races. Look at this defense from the East. They are active.
East, after the last possession, causing the turnover, coming back the other way. And how about this? Can't get it to fall. And the West will see what they can draw up here. West only have one field goal. The other ones came off of 2 free throws. And that was off the three-point shot by Ornick-Bena in the first few minutes of play. Another look here.
Yeah, nice drive. Good hard attack downhill. And again, Courtney Taylor ends up right around the play. She's going to pick up the foul, but again, right in the play. She's always in the mix.
McNabb will drain that one. So 3:31 to go. McNabb, second shot, rattles out, and defensive rebound. Right there finds her partner of Kuznick. Kuznick now is, they're going to say it was tipped. Well, they're going to say backcourt. Yep, they are going to say backcourt violation. Figured that was good since it was tipped.
So it was tipped, but they're saying it then went off of her into the backcourt.
So a turnover once again there by Kuznick. And now the West will take over. 1 point game here with 3:08 remaining. I'll tell you a second, they kind of thought she was trying to look for somebody that was open and a big red jersey or a big red collar shirt sitting there on the coach's side. I had to think about it for a second as we saw Darian Alloway was just standing over there, thought she was open, almost passed it to her, but instead held on to it right there. But either way, now the East will take over. Inside and throws this one up off the glass, not there.
McIntyre, all of a sudden, 3 defenders in front of her, made that really difficult.
Williams there and travel just picked up the feet just a little too much there.
Got to get those feet settled. Shuffled them a little bit there.
Courtney Taylor, who has pretty much been about everywhere here so far. As you mentioned, being very active, and here's a nice dish inside, but just too much on that one. Just trying not to get some of these baskets to fall. Richardson finds McNabb, uses the big body inside, and lays it in.
McNabb says, I'm going to create my own space. How about McNabb making the trip up from Rabun Gap down in Georgia? That is an absolutely gorgeous campus down there at Rabun Gap School.
Cuts it for 3, miss. Offensive rebound, back the other way, and Riley Johnson drains the field goal.
That's one of the things that Riley Johnson can do really, really well is shoot the basketball.
East into the double digits, and a little bit of a sloppy turnover there, just kind of an extra dribble there that goes out, and here we go.
Platoon
system coming in now, a full new 5 on the court for the West and the East.
And I guarantee you the coaches are playing the clock game with some of these platoon substitutions, trying to make sure they get as close to equal minutes for everybody as they can. Nice kick out. See, I think you got a repost right there.
Brown back out in the wing for 3. It's not there. Holds and bounds for the offensive rebound.
Nice pass there by Brown.
Real call now, trying to use the big body inside, but just could not get it to fall.
See, I like Brown's patience. She didn't rush a 3 there. Got to the right spot to make that entry pass an easy one. I like everything she did there. Obviously, the shot didn't fall, and that one does.
A nice drain there by Healy Hume from Charlotte Latin. Puts that one to go through, and the West is back on top with 46 seconds to go. Walker. Just a rainbow throw inside for Rokal, who cannot get that one to fall. Rokal's been kind of struggling a little bit. She has the position. She has the opportunity. Just cannot get him to fall here in the early going.
She's rushing it a little bit when she catches it down there. I think she's kind of speeding herself up when the defense is not forcing that. Catch the basketball, stay patient, and then go into your shot. Might be sped up on her own there right now. Maybe there's a little nerves in this game. And also in a game like this, and you know this, Ford, right, is like you're in a game like this and you're trying so hard to impress that maybe you're not who you normally are in terms of the way you play the game because you're trying so hard to impress.
And right there, Rokal, as you mentioned, a little rush on that first shot. And
see, I think she's rushing that, right? Read the coverage, figure out how you're being defended, and then react. I think she's just trying to almost as if she's like, I got to get this shot off before the defender gets here.
And she had Ornette Bennett right there in her face on both shots. So it's into the free throw line, and she'll come up short in the first one. Try and tie it up, and they will. 11-11. Orcall getting her first points. A long shot. It had 2 seconds remaining. And now they're going to let the clock drain out. So that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. 11-11 is your score for the NC Private School All-Star Game here on Bahakel Sports TV. Back inside Providence Day Gym. The score is 11-11. The second period just about to get underway here. 10 minutes. East and the West. Some of the best players from across the state of North Carolina here coming together for private schools. And pretty much just how the first period started. A foul on the get-go, and this will go ahead and send Kayla Lee from Charlotte Christian to the line. These shots, she'll drain it. I'll call that one and puts that one through.
Nice
inside,
pass.
A row call, and just cannot get it to go through. Having just some bad luck inside the paint to get some of those shots to fall. Offensive rebound for 3 was Walker. And Ornick Benna now. She'll get the rebound and strangle that one away. 9:25 to go, 13-11 your score. West in red, East in white.
Yep, that's the right call.
And a travel inside. Angel Walker now will take this one back up, find her partner there of Judd. Rush it inside with Brown with that foul just a little bit ago.
Brown has been really good so far in this game.
Walker almost like runs into a brick wall. Brown right there on the corner and puts it in.
Love that by Brown. Not forgetting about the mid-range, gets to that elbow extended and knocks it down.
Kayla Lee, who put together a couple free throw jumpers moments ago, and that one's just knocked right out of the hands of Neely Hume. Back the other way, tries to throw it up, and can't get that one to fall, was Angel Walker.
What I loved about that by Walker, watch what Walker does right here when she has to split, covers the basketball up, and then gets hit on the arm and tries to get it up off the glass with that left hand, but Love the fact that she covered the basketball up to give herself a chance to split those two defenders. Everybody can't do that and then regather and get the shot up.
Walker now at the line. And she gets the second one to go through. Nothing but net. Puts the lead at 15-13. 8:28 to go. Here's Cabello. Jumper from the outside was Oren Adbena. Just not enough on that one. And take it back the other way by the East. Wide
Nice
open
ball
the corner.
movement.
Walk back out to Brown. Take her time here, finds roll call. Back out. Maybe had her foot on the line. No, they're going to say it's a three.
I tell you, anytime Brown touches the basketball, good things happen, even more so when the ball goes inside the roll call. The defense collapses because of her ability inside, and then they end up getting open looks on the outside.
Lee dishes that one outside to try and find Cabello. Offensive rebound and a whistle inside.
It's like Lily Everett is going to go to the free throw line. Nice job there on the offensive glass.
Everett at the line, and she'll get that one to go through. And then here we go. A new group back on, and it's just looking at about, they're kind of trying to split this every about 5-6 minutes or so. These changes are being about made, so now we'll see a whole new system come in now with Everett kind of being the last one. We expect her to probably come off right here. And I believe McNabb will be the one that'll be subbing in for Everett. A whistle after this free throw. Gets it to go through. And McNabb will come in.
And all these players, they understand what this is about, making sure everybody gets opportunities to get on the floor. So nobody's upset about how many minutes they are or are not playing.
Well, I guess you could say they're still going to remain fresh all game long, that is. Here's Bird. Drives, dishes that one back outside in the corner for three was McIntyre. But they'll keep it down here. Here's Taylor. Taylor going up. Couldn't get that one to fall. 18-15, still your lead, East.
Taylor's been active in this game as well. We've talked about that a lot, particularly on the defensive end.
Cross-court pass for three. Off the glass. Rebound. And nearly taken away, but they are going to get a hand inside. Let's see if they're going to call it there on Gongora or McNabb. And I believe they are going to call it on McNabb. And inside was Richardson. They'll still keep it down here. Taylor for three. And puts it in. Nice shot by Corny Taylor. Beyond the arc.
The bank is open on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, it is. And
I'm going to go make a withdrawal. Can I go from your account, though?
I tell you what, Courtney Taylor, though, she has been absolutely everywhere. We've talked about it, and a nice three there. And how about that? What you can do, I can do better type of scenario. And Sophia McNabb, who had that foul there a little bit ago, puts that one in.
Taylor comes right back.
A little back and forth action here. How about this?
Taylor says, anything you can do, I'm going to come back and give you something else.
And fouled en route, and she'll go to the free throw line. Nice dish there. So 21, make that 22-18 with 6:03 to go, and she'll knock down both. Draws the foul, knocks down both free throws. Extends the lead for the East. Now, how do the West respond here? Richardson right at the free throw marker.
How
about that, Courtney Taylor?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Richardson actually take that jump shot from the free throw line.
Bird goes up.
Nice step through by Bird. And then she gets the tie up. going to stay with the East. Nice job there by Bird.
We're going to send this one in and give it to Myers. Myers just throws a rainbow shot up. Couldn't get it there. McIntyre was able to pick up the rebound, and she will draw the foul inside the paint. Another look at it.
How about McIntyre, the toughness inside? Had a chance to chat a little bit with her family before the game. Check this out. Her grandfather is here from Arizona.
Wow.
Came all the way out here from Arizona to see her play in this one. She's going to Virginia Wesley, and she's going to be she wants to be a physical therapist.
Wow.
So how about that?
That's outstanding.
Yeah, awesome family.
Coming out here from Arizona, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They take that trip out from there.
Little brother, mom, everybody's here. So she is fired up, her dad as well. So they've got to be a proud family. And be fired up not to have to worry about a tuition bill.
25-18, a little scramble underneath the basket.
There's always
and a whistle
something,
the
right?
way.
There's always
That's
that
right.
other little caveat.
Another here. Seen a lot of pretty much every which way. We're getting a couple whistles down inside.
Courtney
More
Taylor.
aggressive as we're getting down here.
Yeah, Courtney Taylor had her hand on the basketball. I thought she might have had her hand on the ball long enough to draw a jump ball call, but did not.
So McNabb, who knocked down a three just earlier ago, will put that one through. And Courtney Taylor, who's just been about everywhere so far, will take this one up. Davius back out for Taylor. Thought about it for a second. And find her partner in Bird. Bird now. And a travel. And it's right at 5 minutes, and they're taking a break. We're going to take it with them here. 25-19, 5 minutes to go. The East girls on top. Back inside Providence Day Gymnasium, the girls and the East. Girls East lead 25-19 over the West. About to get the second half of the second period underway. Good crowd on hand. You can come out here and spend a nice Saturday afternoon watching the North Carolina Private School All-Star Game right here on Bahakel Sports. Glad to have you out here joining us today. Levine will take this one up. A long three on the way and just gets the net. Just not enough on that one for that three. A long-ranging three, the longest one we've seen today.
She can shoot it, but I don't know if she's got range from Concord because that's where she shot that one from.
A long shot indeed.
One of the better shooters you'll see across the state.
Here's Courtney Taylor. That one is short.
That was a deep one as well.
Here, cross-court pass. Tries to find McNabb. Right along the baseline, trying to find her partner. She will find Williams. Williams now will just baseball it into the hands of Courtney Taylor. She'll pick that one off. Taylor will throw it up and fouled on the way.
Gongora did not like that call. She thought she got the block cleanly. I tend to agree with her unless they're going to call this with the body. See it there with that left hand. That's a lot of basketball there.
A little whistle heavy so far early in this one. Taylor will go to the free throw line, and she'll knock that one through.
Here come the platoons.
A whole new 5. Come on now. We can always say they're going to be well rested every time they come back
Absolutely.
So Courtney Taylor her shot is up and in, and they will sub her out now. So Orna Benna, one of those that is back into the game. Here's Kayla Lee. Kayla Lee had that one. So she dribbled off her foot. No, they're going to say she just had, looks like Walker maybe just had her hand just inside when that happened. And they'll give it back out to Cabello. Cabello will hold. And, oh, on the way, that one's blocked away, but they're going to say they got her hand. They are.
Orenik Benna has that big smile on her face. She's just out here having some fun, even though, I tell you what, I don't know about that one. I think that's a good block.
So Orna Benna now will go to the line and gets that one to fall. Well, to be an all-star game, the refs are pretty much calling it like they would a regular game, not letting them play as much as we thought they would initially. But now the East will take over. 27-20, looking to extend their lead.
Oh, Brown, I think Brown just over-dribbled right there.
And right now trying to take it away.
She had the jump shot right there at the free throw line and just kind of over-dribbled it. She gets up with a little smile on her face, but I think she over-dribbled there, had a chance to knock down a jump shot. Natalie
Salas was the one that got her hands in there. Now the West, see if they can cut into this East lead. Again, if you're just joining us, the West in red, the East in white. Jumper there from Ornik Benna. No good. Now with Emily Kuznick. She'll take this one up here, and the East try to extend their lead. With Brown. Brown trying to force her way inside and can't get it to fall. Brown on the offensive rebound. Thought she got hit in the head there for a second. Here's a jumper from the outside. That one rattles out of the cage. And defensive rebound there by Salas. Lee. Find her partner there in Cabello. Cabello using that spin move, which she was so lethal with early in the game. Gives it down to Ornik Benna now and can't get it. He had a second chance opportunity, couldn't get that one to fall. Throws a cross court pass. Brown kind of underhands it inside. Good dish inside to Rohal, who gives it back out. A little kind of a stutter. Long three on the way. Here's and a nice play inside.
Got to go to the weak side glass. Excellent job there, reading the basketball. Quick catch, offensive rebound for 2.
Rohal there inside as she found the open lane off that jumper. East extend their lead by 9 and a jump ball inside the paint with 2:02 to go.
And the East is going to take a timeout. How about this? Coach Brittany Drew wants to draw something up.
2:01 to hear. What have you liked so far that you've seen out of the East? They had this 9-point lead.
I think they've been aggressively trying to get the ball inside in particular and then playing off of the post. I think sometimes in a game like this you have to figure out how to simplify it offensively. Throw it in the post. The defense collapses. You kick the ball out. You move it. You get opportunities, and then you get open looks. It's also harder when the defense is in a scramble to get back in terms of boxing out. That's why they've been successful on the offensive glass as well.
So the West now down by 9, 2:02 remaining. Don't forget to join us here for the second part of play. we're also going to be having the men's basketball game. The men's all-star game that'll be happening later this afternoon. And coming up next, sure joins for the halftime for the Downer Law Firm halftime. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you are injured, call the Downer Law Firm. Back in play here again. Walker.
Nice kick. Orenik Bena read that well, came across the lane to steal that one.
Warner Bennett finds her partner there on the far side of Cabello. Here's a shot right from the corner and just off the back of the iron. And the East will go take over. And a hard drive en route. And I believe they're going to call this one there on Natalie Salas.
Yeah, Salas tried to step in front of Brown there, but Brown's so quick, unable to beat her to the spot.
Rainbow shot on the free throw and knocks it through.
Brown has been really good in this game.
See Brittany Drew right there from High Point Academy. Over there in High Point, North Carolina. Here's the lead now for the West. As now the East had their biggest lead of the game, 31-20. Step back jumper on the way, and nice shot there by Orenik Bena.
She made that look easy. The deft touch, if you will.
Walker there by Salas trying to get her hand inside. They will, and what's the call here?
It's going to be a foul. We're going to march to the other end to go to the free throw line.
So we'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way here in this second quarter. This one's going to go ahead and send Neely Hume from Charlton Latin to the line. 47.4 to go remaining in this one. And puts that one to go through to cut into the East lead. 31-23, your score here, 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. Brown now drives and fouled en route.
Brown has been very, very, very aggressive in this first half and trying to get a piece of the paint with the basketball.
So we'll go ahead and send Ashley Brown to the line. Take a look there at Eric Smith.
They better get, if you're looking for a good guard, you better be calling Miss Brown right now. She can absolutely get after you. How about that save?
Ashley Brown from Wesleyan Christian, still undecided where she's going to play ball this fall. And as you mentioned, a great opportunity for some of these kids to come out here and get the opportunity. All seniors, of course, coming out and having the opportunity to shine on a spotlight like this and play against some of the best here in the state.
See, I think Cabello, I should say.
And Cabello drains for three.
Yeah, she knocks it down, but as soon as she caught that basketball, she had a great opportunity for a catch and shoot, decided not to, then steps behind the screen and knocks it down.
Brown, and a hard pass down inside a roll call. And a jump ball. Brown will throw this one in, and that one's picked off there by Lee. Got ahead of it. Lee will toss this one up with only a few seconds left on the clock. She had time.
Yeah, she did. You're absolutely right. I think she thought she had less time than she did. Kind of rushed that one.
2 seconds left. Last shot. And can't get it to go through. And that's going to do it for the second quarter of play. The East on top of the West, 31-26. The North Carolina Private School All-Star Game. East on top. Welcome back inside Providence Day Gym here for the North Carolina Private School All-Star Games here tonight. Welcome to the Downer Law Firm, your hometown legal team. Halftime report, your score right now, 31-26 with the East on top. Pretty much been a clinic here so far in the later going by the East to extend their lead. I'm for Martin Reggie here with me as well, and taking a look at your billboards here for this afternoon. Tonight's Bahakel Sports the Game is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, NCISAA headquarters, and by Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, household name for quality and trust, and by Charles Hometown Legal Team. So you can call the Downer Law Firm here on Bahakel Sports. Glad to have you here with us. We'll be right back for halftime and reports. And what's more stats going into today's game. The West trailing the East 31-26. Back inside Providence Day School here for the Downer Law Firm halftime report. Right now, the girls East on top, 31-26. That is your score so far. Just under about 5 minutes before we get the second half underway. Let's go take a look at some of the highlights here from earlier in this game so far, where the East on top of the West, 31-26. Let's take a look. And a lot of dominating play. We saw early in the get going there for three as we saw Deborah Ornick-Benna, the UNC Asheville commit, and she's been kind of headlining the stuff on the red side of the West girls, and the East side. You've had Courtney Taylor, who's just been about everywhere here on the on the court here all night long.
Yeah, Courtney Taylor, Ashley Brown have both been really good for the East, and then on the West, McNabb has played well in spots. Gongora has made some plays also. A lot of different players stepping up, making things happen throughout this first half, and should be a fun one coming down the stretch. You mentioned Ornick-Benna. I suspect that Sophie Levine's going to get going shooting the basketball here in the second half, as you see again there from Brown.
We've talked about Ashley Brown a lot so far, and really just what is it that makes her so special, and or she's been just about everywhere here on the court here tonight.
Just attacking downhill, I think, is the main thing for her. And anytime you can be decisive in these types of games and just continue to attack and then read the defense, I think you have a chance to have a lot of success, and that's what she's done in the first half.
Another look here as we keep on going straight here is Cabello there. She had a nice three as with the West really struggled to get a field goal early on and started to really rattle off some points there in the later going. The girls East on top, 31-26. You're watching the North Carolina All-Star game from Providence Day on Bahakel Sports TV. Tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, your outdoor kitchen and tailgate headquarters. And by Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, the household name for quality and trust. And by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you are injured, call the Downer Law Firm. And welcome back here on Bahakel Sports TV. Alongside Reggie Walker, I'm Ford Martin. Glad to have you here with us today. Providence Day School playing host to the North Carolina Private School All-Star Game, bringing some of the best players from across the state coming together. You're looking right there at Deborah Ornick-Benna from Victory Christian, is from Nigeria, and committed to UNC Asheville later this fall. And right there, Megan Brown, who we have talked about, currently undecided right now where she's going to go from Wesleyan Christian. But games like this, which we talked about in pregame, an opportunity to come together and show exactly what this team is about. See there, Eric Smith, liking what he's seen from his squad here so far in this one. As we're about to get the second half underway, as see there by Myers, who's also rattled off 2 threes in the first bit of the first half. As we bring our partner here, Reggie. And Reggie, what could you see now, or what do you want to see here for this second half? Obviously, we've seen the platoon systems that they've had where 5 on, 5 off, players having the opportunity to be well rested. But in a game like this where it's not much to play for, you could say, but at the same time, it is a lot to play for because, you want to have bragging rights. You want to have the opportunity where, hey, my team won this game. But when you look at a game like this in a halftime break, Eric Smith and Brittany Drew, they tell their players at halftime. What do you say to those players at halftime in a game like this where it's really just an all-star game?
Stay aggressive, right? Show your wares, show your ability to make the right basketball play in the right situation consistently throughout this basketball game. Remind them that aggression is fine, but it's also about finding a way to do the things that will allow you to win basketball games.
All right, well, here we go. About to get this second half underway. Eric Smith getting his team set up. Brittany Drew and her team set up. The East in the white, West in the red. And as we mentioned there in pregame, a lot of these players on both sides still undecided. You know, we have players like Emmy Kuznick going to Everett College, Courtney Taylor to Coker College, and will be joining there at Coker College is Sam Myers. And then Sanaya McIntyre going to Virginia Wesleyan. On the West girls side, Sophia Levine going to Franklin and Marshall. And Deborah Ornick-Benna, as we mentioned, to UNC Asheville. The rest are still looking for their school to go to here later this fall. And just like we talked about in the first half, if you're just joining us, instead of the normal 8-minute quarters, it is 10-minute quarters here in this one. Give some of these players that have made their way from all across the state to come here together, give them the opportunity to have a little more playing time, as you know, some of these players don't play the majority of the time, a full platoon system that they have.
It's definitely an adjustment. Most of these players are used to being the primary players on the floor and playing the bulk of the minutes. They're not used to going to the bench regularly. They're probably having some rhythm issues, if you will.
And right now, they're just trying to, even though we got our score set up, they are currently now trying to make sure they have the score for the monitor inside the arena set up now currently. As you can see them working on that, making sure it's set up. With them saying 31-26 is your score. Second half underway. And how about a three coming right out of the break. Taylor Williams. Back outside, and that one's knocked away.
Nice job by Richardson defending there without fouling to block that shot from Bird.
Taken back the other way now on the other side. Here comes Richardson. And Richardson
had it knocked away there. I suspect now that they've settled in a little bit on both sides, I think we're going to see a little bit more.
Nice base pass inside, but Nab. Remember, she had that one earlier where she used her big body inside the paint and turned around and laid it in. Trying to do it again, but this time knocked to the ground, and it's going to go the other way. 31-29. 9:15 to go here in the third period. Here's Taylor. Try to cut up inside, and nothing there. Cross-court pass. Find McNabb. She'll take her time, a little patient on it, and it falls through.
That was a nice look ahead there by Richardson. Gets her eyes up the floor, makes the right pass, and they get a quick one.
Bird for three.
Looked good from our vantage point, just a little strong.
Just too strong on that one indeed.
Oh, I think if you're McNabb, you got to be ready to shoot that basketball right there.
McNabb going inside and draws the foul, and she'll go to the line. For her third time today.
Nice drive and attack downhill here. I tell you what, McNabb created a lot of that contact.
As we mentioned, she had that big one there earlier inside the paint where she had the ball and just kind of used her big body to push her defender back. knocked her on the ground. She turned back around, clean play, and laid it in that second period. McNabb from Raboon Gap School. And that one is put in. And now the West clinging on to a 1-point lead now.
Nice job by Bird with the footwork there.
Bird had some space, and I don't think really right there Gongora was expecting that. Or excuse me, make that Cadivius. Try to go behind.
Drive there by Bird, but
try to go behind the back.
Difficult shot.
Richmond will try to drive it inside. Thought better of it. And how about that? Once again, Courtney Taylor making plays, knocking that one out of bounds through the baseline. Courtney Taylor, who's just been about everywhere here so far tonight. Sadie Wall. And that one, Courtney Taylor. Back the other way, behind the back, and I'll say her foot was on the line.
Yeah, Taylor hesitated there, didn't want to get the shot blocked, and ended up turning it over. Just got to go up and play through it. If the shot gets blocked, it gets blocked. But in a perfect roll, you score and you get fouled there.
McNabb. The West holding on to a 1-point lead, 32-31.
Wow, Bird ran into
all alone was McNabb.
The screen that Bird ran into, I mean, that is a soul-crushing screen. Wow. It stopped her in her tracks.
Found McNabb all alone down inside.
And that's one of the things about All-Star games sometimes, right? The communication that there's a screen there. Sometimes it's not always there. You're not used to hearing certain voices. And she ran into an absolute wall of a screen. And coming back the other way, Cavadias.
It's that one to go through. She drew the foul. 32-34. And knocks them both through. Back to a 1-point lead. 7:09 to go.
Nice pass by Levine.
McNabb just making plays happen on the dish from Levine. Bird back the other way in transition.
I think Bird missed an opportunity for a mid-range jumper that time.
Taylor pump faked it, then decided to take the shot.
Nice pass there and a great job by McNabb. Working through the lane there. Scores it easily.
Levine to McNabb. Back out in the corner for three. That one is airballed there on the shot there by Everett.
Nice pass. See, Bird's got to be ready to shoot the basketball. She's not looking to be aggressive right now offensively.
How about Courtney Taylor driving the lane and lays that one as a kiss off the glass. And Courtney Taylor putting on a clinic.
That has not been the conversation as it related to Courtney Taylor or Ashley Brown.
How about that open space down inside the paint? Nobody down inside. A long three on the way. That one just off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound. Who else? Sophia McNabb.
Yeah, we're starting to see more and more offense in this second half. Both teams getting up and down the floor much better.
And the platoon system once again coming in. A full 5-on-5 subs.
You got to give these players a lot of credit for understanding this and being willing. Again, these are largely players that are used to starting and playing heavy minutes. Not only are some of them obviously not starting in this game, they're also, none of them are playing heavy minutes.
Back the other way on an errant pass.
Look at Brown run the floor. You could see that one materializing as it was going up the floor with Walker. Saw Brown running the floor hard on the other side.
Find Gongora now. Gongora just throws that one up, and not enough time for Ornick Bennett to put a quick jumper back inside, but they'll draw the foul.
Gongora went right into the contact there.
See, roll call has been called for a few of those just inside, where she a couple slappers on the wrist inside the paint. So here for the line again, Gongora from United Faith Christian. First shot, she drains it. So now Angel Walker finds partner there in Johnson. To Ashley Brown, back to Walker for three. That one's off, defensive rebound. And try and take their time here now is Gongora, as that one goes out of bounds.
Good job by Riley Johnson getting a hand in there.
And that's going to do it there for at least the first half. First media timeout, 39-35. The West on top. Back inside Providence Day Gym, the West on top of the East, 39-35. Alongside Reggie Walker Jr., I'm Ford Martin. Glad to have you here with us here on Bahakel Sports TV. Thanks to our entire camera and production crew here joining us today to bring you all the clips and action sound here from tonight's game. Remember, this is game 1 of 2 that will be here on Bahakel Sports. The men's team and the men's all-star game will be later this afternoon. Should be an exciting one to watch here.
How about Walker drawing the 5-second call?
And Walker is just, her and Taylor have been pretty much a nuisance all day long.
Yeah, they are a problem defensively. You add this young lady to the mix, Brown. It's a nice guard tandem. Look at that pass.
Inside, good pass and good keeping there by Rohal. Shot by Brown for 3, and the East is within 1.
And here comes that full court pressure again from the East.
Good pass outside. Cabello inside for Ornick Bennett. Can't get that shot to fall. Rohal there on the defensive rebound. Here comes Riley Johnson. Goes up and finds Walker. Walker inside, good pass inside, but will draw the foul, and that will go ahead and send McIntyre to the line.
Yeah, McIntyre did an excellent job widening out. You saw her run down the middle of the floor, but then as the ball came to the middle of the floor, she widens out, goes to what they call the dunker spot on that low block down there, gets an easy entry pass, and gets herself to the free throw line. Those are the little things that help you as you head into college, understanding spacing, where to go to create space to get the basketball.
And I believe we might have a timeout right there. She was there on the court trying to hold it down. A quick timeout, 30 seconds. We'll keep you here with them.
I want to go back to that play again by McIntyre because it doesn't seem like a lot there, but it's actually way more than I think the average person would realize just in terms of going from the middle of the paint to the other side of the paint. What that does, now the defender has to make a definitive decision. If she stays in the middle of the paint, it's easy for one defender to guard her and the basketball. Instead, she widens out. The defender has to commit, and she finds herself at the free throw line. I'm telling you that those types of things, the coaches at Virginia Wesleyan saw that, and they go, now we know she really understands the spacing and how to move away from the basketball. That's going to bode well. Those little subtle things of how to read a play are huge going into college basketball.
And back the other way. Here's a shot just outside the paint. Scramble for it and a jump ball, and ripped down to the ground. How about using the strength there by Megan Brown, make that Ashley Brown, who just moments ago had that nice three-point jumper beyond the arc. Such a physical player there for the East. And there she is, off the turnover, tipped inside. It'll go right into her hands. Sends it up court to find Johnson.
What I like about Brown as well, even in transition, she looks up the floor as McIntyre looks for three there, unable to get it to go. But Brown does an excellent job looking up the floor. She's always looking for the lead pass instead of keeping the ball where it is.
So Gongor there be called for the travel. And here's Brown. For Walker. Walker shot on the way and drains it. Nice play there by Angel Walker.
Yeah, Walker, Taylor, and Brown have really led the way at that guard spot.
Gongora in a little bit of trouble there, but Riley Johnson there on defense. Another look at it right here. Once again, Gongora and her little shot fouled there en route. They're going to call that on Riley Johnson, which is then going to send Tiana Gongora to the line. .302 to go here remaining. East on top, 41-40, and now an opportunity to have the West tie the game here. First time in a while. And they will do that. Tie game. 41 apiece here so far with the West and East. 3 minutes here to go remaining in the third period of play. Walker now with Megan Brown, Ashley Brown to her right. Nice spin move by Rohal inside. That one's going to be rebounded there inside by Kayla Lee.
Nice job defensively. Oh, Lee, I like the decision.
Oh, Leah taking the three just short. And then all alone for the offensive rebound just inside with Salas.
Great job there by Salas, staying aggressive on the offensive glass.
The West will take their first lead since the first quarter.
McIntyre with a strong move, and she's going to go back to the free throw line.
So the East now once again back to the free throw line. And a whole new five coming on. With 2:16 to go. Brown. For Walker. Walker lays it in.
Nice drive there by Walker. Good finish at the rim.
About to have a whole new five come in for the East. Their next stoppage.
Nice screen there by Richardson, but Brown played through it.
Well, back for Brown. Brown almost lost it, but she gets it back. Has some space to generate. Little baseline hookup there, and can't get that one to fall.
Yes, tried a little step back. I think she thought she'd get all the way there and fully turn the corner. Unable to do so, and now she'll lock down on defense. That's a good screen because Levine is trying to get to that left hand.
Didn't get the jumper that she wanted alongside that baseline. 90 seconds to go. Here's Hume. Back out for three. McNabb can't get that one to fall. Back the way on transition, going up, and McNabb.
But again, that's Brown looking up the floor, trying to find that next pass. She's pushing the basketball via her own dribble or via the pass every opportunity she gets.
So Courtney Taylor back on, along with Emily Kuznick now. Will take ball handling duties at the key. Taylor just throws that one up, not enough. Battle for it inside on the ground. Tries to give it back to her partner. That one's ripped away and taken up there by Hume, and a jump ball is called.
See, we're getting close to the fourth quarter. You're going to see the intensity ratchet up on defense on both sides of the basketball. You can best believe both of these coaches want to win.
Going up inside and banks it in. Nice play inside there by Myers to find a lane and hooks it up, and the East are back on top.
They will enjoy that down at Coker. Give me buckets if you can get a piece of the paint.
Good dish outside. First McNabb zigzagging her way in and lays it in. Nice play there by Sophia McNabb, zigzagging her way, and puts the West tied with the East again.
And she switched hands on the way in there and got it to go with that left hand. Nice pass.
3 on the way. That one's airballed. Picked up here. Last second to try and get it off, and cannot get it to fall through. So we will remain tied at 45 apiece. West and East, one last quarter to decide the All-Star game for the women's. Back inside Providence Day Gymnasium here for the North Carolina Private School All-Star Game here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. West and East tied at 45 apiece. Last 10 minutes to go and decide this all, and a travel called immediately. We have a couple of alumni that are here for tonight.
Yeah, we got some guys that have played in this game in the past, one of which, Lance Gill, who now plays at Winston-Salem State University. There he is right there enjoying, looks like some Chipotle.
That's right. Looks pretty good.
He plays at Winston-Salem State. They were upset the other night by Bluefield State in the CIAA tournament, so he's back here. Isaiah Sutherland, who will play in the boys' game later today, on his way to Winston-Salem State as well. They were both teammates last year at United Faith, so a chance for him to come back and see his young guy, and also a little bit of history of this particular All-Star game. I wonder what his Chipotle order is, but we'll get into that later.
I don't know. I hope he can bring some up here for us. Making me a little hungry up here. Courtney Taylor, she's been cooking up something on here on the floor today. A step back jumper, and can't get that one to fall. But a nice play there to create some space and get the shot away.
Again, we're in the fourth quarter. You see the defense extended. Got to communicate through the screen roll action there. And Levine
tries to throw a little left-handed hook. Offensive rebound back the other way.
They got everything they wanted there, just unable to get the shot to go down.
Back the other way, and that goes through the hands of Richardson. Luckily, it was picked up there by McNabb. Offensive rebound again, and once again, another jump ball. Been seeing a lot of jump balls here in the later going.
Everybody's attacking the basketball, and once again, who's involved? Courtney Taylor. I mean, she has been
everywhere
in this game.
Everywhere.
Literally and figuratively. It's like she's two people out there as quick as she is. Oh, Myers, a little crossover.
You can see that on the far right side of your screen. The boys getting prepped up and getting loosened up before their game. That will happen next right here on Bahakel Sports TV. And Courtney Taylor now drawing fouls inside of her little drive to the basket.
Yeah, Taylor again, just staying aggressive is the easiest way I can describe how she's been or what she's been in this ball game today. And you mentioned in the background there, the team's getting ready, the All-Stars for the boys. It'll be coming up right after this. It was good to see Bobby Cannon from Forsyth Country Day as well. The University of New Orleans commit. He's also going to play in that game. Saw him come by us earlier. He said hi, so shout out to him and his family. It'll be good to see him get on the floor again.
Gets that one to go. (46-45). East on top in the North Carolina private school all-star game right here on Bahakel Sports. Glad to have you join with us. Alongside Reggie Walker Jr., I'm Ford Martin. Great environment here tonight to watch the women play. The men's about to play next, coming up right here also on Bahakel Sports. 7:35 to go, 46-45, East on top. Drifts right, draws the foul. Dishes it outside to Bird. Bird spin move gives it out to Walker. Way outside is roll call to Bird. Bird now runs into a brick wall of red jerseys, but she will draw the foul. Walker, long three on the way. That one rattles out. Offensive rebound. Thought about it for a second, was McIntyre. This time she'll drive inside and can't stop that one before it rolls out of bounds, and it will go back and belong to the West as they will look to get into this lead on this possession possibly.
Yeah, Gungora, nice job with the hands to knock that one away. Look at this pass. Taylor Lee, I like the idea. I think Orenik Bena didn't realize that ball was coming.
A tall player too, but just maybe just a little bit too much on that one here where she could reach it. Step back here again for Walker. Tries to throw it inside, and I believe she was trying to have that intended for roll call.
Yeah, but Lee was just giving her all kinds of problems trying to make that entry pass.
But luckily, McIntyre was right there to get inside and try and take the shot, and now send her to the free throw line.
McIntyre showed a lot in this game in terms of some nuanced things. You can tell she's a smart player, just like simple things like space and movement to create opportunities to get to the basketball, being there for offensive rebound opportunities, making strong cuts, good denials defensively.
Lee now will go left. Oh, a little fake pass and try to cut to the basket, and she'll draw the foul.
I love that. Little look away, right? Tried to hold off the outside defender so she could score it. She's going to get to the free throw line.
So her first free throw line as she'll go up. Both of them just hit the front of the iron and can't get it to fall through. Here's Bird now. All alone, she can just drive right to the basket.
I think she's got to look to do more of that down the stretch of this game. She can do that whenever she wants. She's got to do that more often.
Here's a three back the other way, airballed. Rebounded there by, I believe, yes, that is going to be Wall inside. I haven't called much of her name here today. Gongora takes the jumper just off the three, Orient Benna. And going to be rebounded there by roll call, and she'll hand it right over and tries to throw inside. All by herself, all alone is McIntyre.
Again, McIntyre just understanding where to go and how to move down the floor, and this is going to be a turnover.
And they are going to turn it over once again. Turnovers breed turnovers right now for the West. Here's a jumper from the outside, and they're just raining shots now. They're getting them to go through, and the East is starting to pull away. And another turnover again by the West.
They have cranked up the defensive intensity on the side of the East.
McIntyre goes up. Can't get the fall. Roll call trying to go up on her shot, and they're going to call a jump ball on it. She was trying to take it up. Good play there by Salas there to cause that jump ball. But how about the East cranking up the temperature inside a little bit and a timeout? So we're going to keep it here with you here for a 30-second timeout. But how about the West? Right now, the biggest thing, just trying to calm them down a little bit here. As you start there, Brittany Drew, that was 4 turnovers in back-to-back possessions there by the West. Or excuse me, yes, by the West.
Well, that's what we talked about, right? What would happen in the fourth quarter? Would the intensity go up defensively? But from the side of the East, that defensive intensity has gone up another couple of notches.
So 5:20 to go. Only a few more minutes, I would probably think, at least as far as this roster on the court. We'll see. As you see down inside, Orna Benna now. They'll cause a turnover of their own. Had a wide open player all alone. Takes her time, and that one was rejected away. Had her foot on the line. But what a play there by Maya Rohal.
You got to continue to run the floor. And because she continued to run the floor, she's able to get back and erase that shot.
Roll call. When she knocked that ball out of her hands, had her foot just on that baseline. So we'll stay with the West. An opportunity to cut into the East's lead. And it all started with the three on the way, and that's how you do it. That's how you get back in these games. And we'll close the margin again.
It's going to be a delay of game warning on the East, or on the West, I should say, for knocking that ball away, and that's going to take us to a timeout.
And we'll go and take one with them. The North Carolina Private School All-Star Game. Last immediate timeout before we decide who gets it. We'll be right back. Back inside Providence Day Gymnasium, the East on top of the West, 53-48, 4:54 here to go. And it's shaping up to be a good one here to end this off. Brown. Back outside cuts for 3. That one's just off the rim. Picking that one up again is Williams. Lee, call for the travel.
And here come 4 more.
And a whole new system coming in. So they're going to end this one out, possibly. We'll see about overtime and what if they get to that. So here we go. 4:28 to go. West, East. East in all white, West in all red, and an and one for the first time tonight. She's been trying to have that happen all night long, make it happen as much as she does inside.
Got great position.
Gets it to fall.
Yeah, great position. Got up there with that left hand. Nice soft touch off the glass.
To try and get the three-point play, and she will. Extends the lead for the East. And a turnover. All alone inside. McIntyre gets that one to go in the West.
The ball movement. Walker with the steal. Taylor makes the right pass, and McIntyre gets a bucket. It's about as well done as it can be. Watch this. There's the steal across the lane. Nice job by McIntyre. Again, she knows where to go on the floor. Gets to, again, that time, earlier in the game we talked about her getting to that what we call the dunker spot. That time she just goes to the other side and gets to the same spot and scores it.
Cutting inside, gives to Ornabena. Gives a shot out inside the paint for Richardson. And Richardson now will go to the line on her shooting foul. And gets that one to fall. Cuts into it now. 9-point lead for the East. They're trying to see if they can close this one out. Cross-court pass, and that one was nearly picked off. And take it back the other way, but just knocked out of bounds. East, they're in no rush. They're fine having this game dwindle down. And a travel call. They're taking on Angel Walker.
That's what they can't do, is start to turn the basketball over and get a little bit sloppy with the basketball.
As we've seen with turnovers, when we've seen, at least with the West side, when they were having a bunch of turnovers, the only thing it gave was just the East a bunch of momentum. And we know how big momentum swings are in this game. And, nearly going in and picking that one off and taking it the other way was Angel Walker. But a 3 on the way. Nice play there.
And that's what you've got to be careful of, is trying to gamble there and giving up open looks. Look at Brown.
Wow.
I think Brown tried to pass that ball at the last second there. Wholesale substitutions. See, now coaches will start to mix and match here in the last couple of minutes. I think the platoons are over, and now it's how do we mix and match?
Yeah, how do you match up? How do you do these matchups here now? Here's Courtney Taylor inside of McIntyre. Make that roll haul.
A little horn set here.
Walker to Taylor. Taylor knocked back from behind, but will draw the foul.
How quick is Taylor on that baseline? I mean, that was explosive. Boom, right there. And she is by there. Richardson
almost got all ball right there on that baseline drive there by Taylor. And just off the front of the iron. Taylor shot and rattles that one out. Try and keep that in play, and they will. 2:47 to go. Down by 6 is the West. Need a big play here. Need a big strike. Cabello. Richardson, a wide open three on the way. Can't get it to go. Holds that one in. Defensive rebound now for the East. And they're fine just taking their time here to let this clock dwindle down.
It's a big possession here, and I guarantee you Brown and Taylor are going to be a major part of whatever happens here offensively.
A little rainbow floater inside, but they'll hold on to it for the East. 2:10 to go. This will be a stoppage here. And a foul. So they're going to call that one on Sophie McNabb, and now send the East to the line. And gets it to go is Maya Rohal. Gives the second one to go. 60-52. Now if you're the West, you need points, and you need points quick.
I was getting ready to say the first thing you need to do is get the ball in bounds. Look at Lee.
Look at Lee behind the back. Been a great dribbler.
But Brown doing an excellent job defensively, staying right with her. And Rojal's going to pick up a foul.
So a quick timeout taken here by Eric Smith. And right now you're the West. You're trying to get points right here. What are you telling your team?
You got to be smart, number one, with the basketball, right? You make the proper passes. And then continue to move and stay active, right? You run the sets. They're going to absolutely draw something up specifically here to get a look. And just run it. Execution is key. And then communication as well.
So 60-52. East on top. West trying to throw this one in here to get some points, and they need it now on this drive. Outside. Oh, just off the three-pointer, just off the inbound. Maybe slightly rushed there. Had a little room. 1:37 to go now. On the shot there by Orrin Igbena. There's a rainbow shot inside, just two underneath the rim. A little too much. What bounced right back to her. Here's the West again. Minute 23 to go.
Levine calling for that screen. She's looking for that opportunity to get that jump shot off.
Spin move. Inside. Gives it back outside. Levine for three. Not there. Or excuse me, make that Hume. Tries to get her own rebound. I believe they're going to call that one on Johnson. Hume once again. Second shot doesn't go. Rebound inside and one. And that's a biggie there for the West. And that's going to go ahead and send Gongor to the line.
Yeah, nice job by Gongor working the offside, right, the weak side offensive glass. Gets an opportunity, and now we're going to get a full timeout from the West.
Hey, that's exactly what the doctor ordered right there to try and claw their way back into this one with a minute to play. 60-54, full timeout. We're going to keep you here with you. So the West now trying to find their way back into this game, and like I said, a big one right there to try and get inside the paint. And right now you can see right there on your screen, Eric Smith.
He's letting them know we got to get stops. We got to get a stop on the other end. So let's lock down defensively. Make sure we know who's got who. Go get a stop and then come back down the floor and try to make this game a little bit closer. The main thing in that conversation is communication and getting a stop on defense.
just another great opportunity out here for all these girls to come out here and really get to showcase themselves against some of the best talent in the state out here and kind of show what they're made of and really get a big spotlight. Like we said, I mentioned them, a lot of them are still undecided about where they want to go play fall ball at. And great to have, great thing that was created just about over 11 years ago for the private schools to kind of have their moment to shine.
Yeah, I think it's good for these kids to get this additional opportunity to show off their abilities.
So 3-point play is perfected. 5-point lead, a minute to go. Big possession here for the East to try and get points to pull away in this one. But they're just fine taking their time to get a good shot and to not rush it.
And right now, looks like
Yelling
the East
fouls.
is milking this clock. Yeah, because the East is just trying to eat up the clock here.
And the team on red, they're just yelling. You see McNabb here on our near side. She's yelling to foul, and they finally will foul. A lot of time went off on the clock right there where the red was just kind of standing around looking.
Well, because I think the instruction was probably to just get a stop, not necessarily to foul. In games like this, oftentimes you suspect that they're going to stay aggressive.
Walker shot on the way, good. So that's going to bring Gongora out. Walker's shot knocks down both. 2 big free throws by her, and she's had a big game tonight.
She really has been really solid throughout this game. Whoa, deep one.
Lee, deep 3, not enough. And how about that rushing to get the ball, Ornick Benna. They need to try and put one up from the logo and just off the front of the iron, and that's going to do it. So the East take the win in the North Carolina Private School All-Star game for Game 1. 62-55 right here, and that's a big win.
It is, and you got to enjoy that for these young ladies to get a chance to play and have an opportunity to show off their skills one last time, potentially for some of them of their basketball lives, but at least at the high school level.
All right, from our entire sports team and Bahakel Sports, from Reggie Walker, I'm Ford Martin saying thank you for tuning in for tonight's game. East take the win, 62-55. We'll see you for Game 2 for the boys.